Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market free show giving you the politics of the day and the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense and just the right amount of sarcasm by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Monday, October 31st. It's Halloween. All right, I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. By the way, if you'd like to connect to me personally, go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information as well. That's contactlarry.com. Hey, just a reminder, if you're watching online, hit that like button. Hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify, so please go there and subscribe as well. Hey, you can comment live during the show on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and please say hi so I know you're watching. Hey, by the way, real quick, I want to say hello to some of the people online. We have Linda, my lovely wife, saying hi. We got Peter saying hi, and we got Ken. I got to start calling you Ken the Democrat. Some of the things that you're commenting on my Facebook page, I don't know. I can't even respect the things you say. Anyway, so you can comment live anywhere if you want. Also, please join the Money Chat Now fan page, and that way you can make sure that you always see the show. That way, when I'm in Facebook jail, you can still see the show. All right. Yeah, because those stupid Facebook censors. Anyway, on today's show, we have the market recap, we have Twitter takeover, we have SSI Benefits, and we have Halloween. All right, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. I know you will learn real estate investing, stock options trading, and a whole bunch of other things about money I bet you didn't know even existed. By the way, do you guys know how to share this program? Underneath the video is a share button. Just press the share button and choose from the share now from the drop-down button, and I want to thank everybody for sharing. I know Peter's been sharing it, and Paul's been sharing it, and Betsy shares it. And I think Linda shares it. Everybody shares it. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. By the way, I think Barbara shares it as well. And I bet you friends find it as enjoyable as you do. All right, let's talk about what's going on. So Friday was kind of a great day. I mean, it was fantastic, right? The Dow shot up about 830 points. The S&P was up about 94. And the NASDAQ was up about 310. So those are the days money is being made. Apple was one of the hottest plays of the day when the stock rocketed up after a great earnings report. The stock went up about 12 points for the day. Hey, if you remember, I said I took a small bet on a call position because I had noticed that Apple often goes up after earnings. Well, it paid off. However, the funny part was I got out about 11 o'clock in the morning. I got out way too early. Look, I still made money, and as the saying goes, nobody ever went broke taking a profit, so I was pretty happy. I also thought Meta might bounce back a little, but apparently Wall Street is too sore to go back in. I actually think we're going to see 85 before we see 110. In fact, I'm counting on it. I'm looking for the 85 entry price. Look, as I said last week, I think the best thing for Meta is to hope that Zuckerberg will be fired. The problem is that he probably owns too much of the company, so he can't be. His desire to play in the metaverse instead of building the core business that Facebook once was is truly hurting the company. I saw a post on Facebook the other day, and it was pretty funny. It went something like this. Now that the Dow is back over 32,000, can we give Biden the credit for it? Seriously? Give Biden the credit for it? First of all, he certainly isn't helping the market with his politics. Oh, yes, inflation will be settling down, but the buying power of the average family is so damaged that the stock market needs to be at 42,000, not 32,000. The average 401k plan is down about 20%, and I'm pretty beat up in the market the last 2 years too. Luckily for me, inflation as a real estate investor is my best friend. My real estate holdings and my net worth keep going up. I guess I should thank Biden for that one. Thanks, Biden. Now step aside and let the Republicans back in so we can have freedom and less tyranny. Oh, that reminds me. 8 more days until you get to vote for freedom. Don't miss out on the chance to make your voice heard. Make sure you vote, and make sure you vote for the side that gives freedom, not tyranny. And if you're voting for freedom to kill children, you're very misguided on what freedom really is. Anyway, getting back to the market, something to note, the Dow is up 14.4% in October, which would be the biggest month since 1976. Just an interesting observation of 1976 was that inflation was almost 6% and the average mortgage rate was 8.9%. By the way, mortgage rates moved up 5 years later to 16.64% and peaked just under 19. Wow. So why did I bring this up? Because I think we aren't out of the woods yet. There will be more pain coming, but if you know how to take advantage of it, you'll do just fine. Hey, just remember that the economy runs in 7-year cycles. We actually got an extra 2 years of growth because of the influx of money from this pandemic. But, now that the 7-year cycle has begun, what does that mean for you and I? It means opportunity. Watch for it and it'll come. Oh, and this time, don't blink. Say yes to all those properties and investments you said no to 7 years ago. All right, let's take a quick look at the futures. Let's see what the market is telling us. Right now, the Dow is down 158, the S&P is down 19, and the NASDAQ is down almost 82. I actually expected it to be worse because the inflation came in, the UK inflation came in at 10.2%, which makes me think that, that's going to backlash the American market also. Let's talk about Twitter. So it's official. Elon Musk now owns Twitter as of Friday. Most people are pretty happy about this, but many of the employees, or should I say now, former employees, aren't so happy. Musk walked out on Friday and started handing out the pink slips. The first to go was the CEO and the CFO. Parag Agrawal, the CEO, and other top executives were let go, and they were told they would not be getting the $100 million in severance packages they were expecting. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Musk has made it clear that he felt they failed as leaders and did not deserve such packages. I love this guy. I'm curious to know what kind of contract they had that made them think they would get it, and if it's enforceable. I would expect the lawsuits to be filed within the next week. One of the first issues Mr. Musk is aiming to tackle is cost. He told employees in June that he believed costs were not a great situation at Twitter. According to people who viewed the virtual meeting then, by the way, he didn't rule out layoffs at the time, adding that anyone who is a significant contributor shouldn't worry. Look, this is pretty typical of Musk. He believes that people who contribute the most to his companies should be rewarded the most. He makes it very clear that he appreciates hard work and that he terminates slackers. Now Twitter is faced with a new problem. The problem is the advertisers are scared that Twitter's new rules may lead to, free speech. Like in the Constitution. This free speech might not fit well with the cancel culture and Nazi-esque muting of free speech, so the advertisers might pull their money from the platform. Imagine being a corporation and being afraid that the platform you are advertising in might have free speech. What the hell happened to this country? Oh yeah, I know. Guys like Ken the Democrat started getting involved. Anyway, Twitter was a buzz with liberals commenting on Twitter's side when they threatened and they left the platform. Many of the liberal actors and actresses closed their account. I would mention them, but frankly, no one ever heard of them anyway, or they're such has-beens that no one will even notice. Musk made a classic tweet on Friday. It was great when he said, "Comedy is now legal on Twitter." I love it. I might actually even use the platform. I love comedy, especially sarcastic comedy. Have you noticed? The funny part is that most of the people tweeting they are leaving are still on the platform. So they tweeted they're leaving, but they're still there. I tweeted something that usually would have been flagged, but not a word. By the way, I can't say what it was because Alphabet and YouTube are still Nazi and Nazi anti-free speech, so I can't say what I tweeted. They will shut me down, and I'll shut another one of my YouTube accounts down. I find it very sad that free speech is now deemed illegal in the internet. Maybe this takeover of Twitter will lead to other platforms recognizing free speech and allowing people to express their thoughts again. Here's the greatest thing I've seen on Twitter so far. You ready for this? Biden had his tweet fact-checked by Twitter. Yep. In a tweet suggesting that he was gonna give his followers the facts, Biden asserted that 55 corporations made $40 billion in 2022 and paid zero in federal taxes. Twitter fact-checked this and said it was false. Yeah! This is a win for the truth. Now here's an exercise for you to do today. Go to Twitter and tweet your thoughts. Let's see if the Nazi bots have been changed yet. Just don't tweet something like, I have a hammer, where's Nancy? That probably would be a bad thing. Funny, but a bad thing. All right, let's take a break here, and we will talk to you in about a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
Hey, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And if you'd like more information on Investor Schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Hey, please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there as well. And if you'd like to connect to me, please go to contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. That's contactlarry.com. All right, I got to ask you guys a question. All right, here we go. So Ken the Democrat is, he's just getting disgusting now on his comments. So I'd like to take a vote. If you guys on there would like me to block him permanently from this channel, let me know. So say block him or say don't block him. I don't mind his comments. I don't like the disgusting comments. So if they're going to be disgusting, I'd like to ask you guys if you want me to block him or if he's going to apologize for those disgusting comments and say that he's going to be more responsible in his commenting. Again, I don't mind the anti-Republican comments, but the way he's commenting them are disgusting. So we already have one that says get him out of here. So, Ken, unless you could come up with a good reason, you probably won't be here much longer. All right, so far we've been talking about the market recap. We've been talking about the Twitter takeover. Coming up, we have SSI Benefits, and then we have Halloween. I'm going to give you guys up until the next break to decide, and then we're going to kill them. All right. And then, of course, after that, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Leave me a comment to say hi if you haven't already. Leaving a comment is the only way I know you're watching. Please share and like as well. And don't forget to order my new book. It's called Money Hacks. And if you ordered it, please leave a review on Amazon. All right, let's talk about SSI Benefits. I got to tell you, actually, Ken the Democrat will probably enjoy this one. The more I learn about finances, the more excited I get. I've also learned about tax savings ideas such as health savings plans. I've learned about IRAs and Roth IRAs, and I've learned and I teach how to take full advantage of them. I've even convinced many that Obamacare is the greatest thing that ever happened to the small businessman or the small business owner. But you need to know how to take advantage of it, of course. However, every once in a while I come across a gross inequality in a government plan. I recently researched SSI benefits. What happened was someone came to me and they asked me a question about the benefits for this disabled brother. The question was what to do with a small windfall of $5,000 that her brother received. I was basically thinking about all the places they might want to invest it, but then she said, no, you don't understand. He can't have more than $2,000 in assets in the bank or any account or he loses the benefit. My reaction was, no way, this can't be true. Well, it is, and it gets worse. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI benefits, were designed, as you know, for people who are disabled and cannot perform tasks that people without the disabilities can do on a normal day-to-day basis. It's sort of a disability insurance income from the federal government. Look, I'm all for the idea. For most part, these are the people who need helping hand, and these are the people I'm proud to contribute my tax dollars to helping. They aren't freeloaders, and they aren't capable of working and living a full life that you and I live. Well, check out the rules for this benefit and see how unfair they are. First of all, the payment has a maximum of $841 per month for individuals and $1,261 for married couples. A record 8.7% cost of living adjustment for 2023 will push those totals to $914 a month for individuals and $1,371 for couples. Just think about that for a moment. If you're married, you get less than if you're not married, by about 50%. Because of this, half of beneficiaries of SSI live in poverty. Here's the other kicker and how I started this segment. Yes, it's absolutely true that if you have more than $2,000 in savings, or your benefits will be terminated if you have more than $2,000 in savings. Oh, but if you're married, then it's $3,000 in savings. Seriously, $2,000 and $3,000 in savings? This is a complete fail by the government. You go ahead and give millions an extra $600 a week to stay home during a scamdemic, but you overlook the people who can't work and then punish them to keep them in poverty and if they try to climb out? Well, now some Republican leaders, yes, Republican leaders, the ones who actually care about others and not themselves, are pushing to have the SSI system revamped with new rules to help people. One rule is raising the limit on savings to $10,000 for single and $20,000 for married couple. Frankly, I don't think it's any of their business how much someone has in savings, but $10,000 is still better than $2,000 and more logical. The proposal to change the program is receiving some bipartisan approval from most of the senators and marks the first bipartisan bill to update the program in more than 30 years. The change would make it so beneficiaries can save money in case of an unforeseen car repair, medical bill, or other unforeseen expense. It has my support, but seriously, it's still too little and still too late. Hopefully it'll be passed soon, and until then, if you're on this benefit, hide your money in a mattress. I mean, seriously, how ridiculous, right? All right, real quick, I want to take a look at this and see what we got over here. Got a couple of people coming in and saying hi. We got Peter coming in and saying hi, and Kevin coming in, and Tom coming in, and Bill coming in, and we've got, who else? Oh, who did I miss? So, by the way, we're trying to see, we got the Johnsons coming in. These guys will crack me up. All right, we got Conchetta coming in, and we got most people saying to let you go. So look at this. He's just getting more disgusting. Here we go. All right, you guys ready? Bye-bye, Kenny, baby. Boom! He's gone. He can no longer comment on my show because you guys said so. All right. Well, it's that time of year again. The time of year where we teach our children how socialism really works. They knock on their door and they say trick or treat. It sounds like a modern-day socialism to me. The threat is pretty real, right? What they do is they knock on your door and they say trick or treat, and whether you give them candy or face the consequences. Maybe this is where the millions of people who burn down buildings and cancel culture have learned it from. Well, the reality is that this is a fun day for many of the kids as they compete to see who can get the most candy. I remember emptying my bags of treats, counting them, and comparing the number to my brother. I always wanted to have more candy than him, to win the game, right? That might explain a lot about my life today. Anyway, so today, basically, you're going to be handing out candy, and you may have your house dark to fend off the socialists who come to threaten you with a trick instead of a treat. The Halloween tradition of giving candy started in the 1800s, by the way, and apparently at the time, taffy was the big treat. I guess that must have been when dentistry was also started. Anyway, this year, $10.6 billion will be spent on Halloween candy and decorations. $10.6 billion. Interestingly enough, it's pretty evenly spread, with about 1/3 going to candy, 1/3 going to costumes, and the remaining third going to decorations and other items such as cards. This year, the most popular Halloween candy will be Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, huh? Followed by Skittles and then M&M's. By the way, my favorite are the little bars of Snickers and the Baby Ruth. Those are my personal favorites. I like those the best, especially the little Baby Ruth bar. Apparently, the most popular costume this year will be the Nancy Pelosi costume. Yep, the witch costume is the #1 costume this year. My costume this year was an orange jumpsuit that said Facebook jail on it. And if you haven't seen the picture, look at my Instagram and my Facebook wall. Last year, I saw some interesting costumes that also included light-up portions of the costume. I thought that those were pretty impressive. By the way, the #2 most popular costume is Spider-Man, followed by a dinosaur. What a strange mix of costumes. So you get yourself ready for the walk of socialism tonight, and don't be fooled by those little commie brats. They won't really trick you, and if you don't give them a treat, unless, of course, maybe they're holding up, a Black Lives Matter sign, then give them a whole bowl. All right, let's take a break here, and then after this break, we'll have the picks and the plays for today. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. By the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor of this show, you can be a sponsor by sponsoring the show. There you go. And you'll get your message out to all the listeners and watchers of the show. And there you go. So hey, I just got to tell you, it's so interesting. I'm looking at the feed, and everybody agrees with me that was the right thing to do. But I realized how powerful that is. Man, no wonder these guys with Facebook and Twitter were blocking people. Man. All right, anyway, don't forget we have a Spotify channel. That's right, you can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. They're broken out for your enjoyment. Look up Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify and subscribe there. All right, so far we've been talking about the market recap. Right now the futures are still down about 158. The S&P is down 18, and the NASDAQ is down about 81. We talked about the Twitter takeover and how I guess free speech is now legal on Twitter, and also the fact that Biden was fact-checked. I love it. We talked about SSI benefits and how unfair they are, and we talked about the socialist holiday Halloween. Coming up, we also have today's picks and plays, but did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational, and please share it on a page or a group that you feel would also enjoy the show. All right, let's talk about what's going on today. So it looks like the time is right for puts, shorts, or just plain cash. The market is about to go the other way. I can predict this for a number of reasons. First of all, the Dow is just shy of 33,000 mark. That's the top of the range for the past 2 quarters. I find it hard to believe that it will break out past this mark, so we're at the top now. Personally, I think we're at the top for about 2 years, and we'll begin to fall, to the 26,000, 28,000 range in February. But let's concentrate on now. I still like Meta as a long-term play, but I'm waiting for 85 this time. Meta seems to go down right after earnings, and then it floats back up shortly after. I think if I can grab an 85 strike price, I'll see 100 shortly after. Apple will probably drop from here, as profit-taking will be on the minds of investors. CCL and the other cruise lines are inching up slowly and driving me crazy. They are long-term plays that will pay off greatly in the future, I hope. I have a $5 strike price call on CCL till January 2025, and I'm looking for 20 by then, I hope. Other than that, it looks like all your stocks will be dropping in the next 3 weeks and then drop again in December. January is typically a great month, so if you have patience and wait till the bargains show, you'll do great in January. Today looks like a mostly profit-taking day, and then a report of the Eurozone inflation hitting a record high will also weigh on the market, so I would expect a down day today. But let's take a last look at the futures right now. It doesn't look like they're moving much, either that or my computer froze. I'm not sure which, but the Dow is down 158, the S&P is down 18, and the NASDAQ is down 81. I think that was exactly what I just said a couple of seconds ago, so maybe it's not moving. Who knows? All right. Anyway, on the crypto scene, let's talk about it, right? So as I've been saying, crypto is getting boring. It really hasn't moved much. I've been saying this is a bad thing, and I still believe that Bitcoin will fall to 13,000. But other reports are saying that Bitcoin is in the accumulation phase. What does that mean? Whatever. Just stay away from it. By the way, Dogecoin made a move in the last weekend, though. Over the weekend, though. It's now up to 12 cents from about 2 cents a few weeks ago. Maybe I can't figure out how to get this out of my wallet strategy of Hoodle will work out for me. For you guys who don't know, I've been trying to figure out how to get this out of my wallet since I put it in my wallet. I don't even know how to get it out. Maybe one day it'll be worth $10 million, and I'll still try to figure out. Anyway, gold and silver are not moving much either. Gold is about $16.50, and silver is still around $19. And this is also boring. I just don't think it's going to drop much more. It could drop to 15 and 16, but at least I know in the future it'll go back up. Treasury bonds are just about 4%, and the average mortgage loan rate is about 8% now. Wow, that's insane. Oil is about $88 a barrel, and it's creeping up again. And, of course, the average gas price is now about $3.77. I'm going to tell you this is going to go higher right after the midterms, as usual. Definitely going to go higher. So I'm looking at some of the interesting, I mean, you guys like totally went nuts on this. Some of this stuff, some of you guys, even the blue pill, freedom of speech it does not equal freedom from responsibility. I love it, right? So these guys, hey, they all agreed with me. Conchetta said block him. I blocked him. Money Chat Jail. There you go. James says he's in Money Chat Jail. I love it. That's fantastic. Let's see. There's such a thing as civil discord, but Ken is not being civil. Exactly. He was not being civil. That's why I let him go. All right. And I think what else? Oh, so James says Democrats are mean, and he certainly is a mean guy. And if you can call Fetterman a creature, but can't say that Mastriano's head is filled with nonsense, you were what? I didn't even understand that. But whatever. All he has to do is be civil. I don't care if he disagrees, but he had to be civil. But he's out. He's done. He's finished. He's no longer part of it. So there you go. I did it. I actually blocked somebody from Money Chat Now that wasn't a bot. Most of the time they're bots that I block. All right, of course, once again, I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are here live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And we're getting out a little early today, it looks like. And by the way, you can find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Don't forget, if you want to contact me, you can contact me at contactlarry.com. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. And by the way, last week, I got to tell you something. Last week on Investor Schooling, we had a great class. We had a class that talked about being a landlord and how to be a landlord and how to screen tenants. I'm telling you, that's a class that you wanted to see, and you could still see it if you come and you become a member of Investor Schooling. You could actually see the repeat of that class. And I highly recommend it if you ever wanted to be a landlord. All right, also from time to time, I own some of the assets and the options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one asked me to discuss them. And if your opinion is not of mine, as long as you're civil, I feel free to leave comments. If you're not civil, feel free to be excused, because you will be blocked. I feel so powerful. All right, everybody, make it a profitable day.